everybody. It's Ike from Flipside Music, and welcome to F.A.Q number 44. Look at that, man. We're creeping up on a year. And Dylan's here, too. Sorry. We're creeping up on a year.
Yeah. Getting really close to 52.
Yeah, I'm getting there, too, man. So, welcome. New camera. We've made some adjustments. We got a light that's blinding the shit out of me right now. So...
I'm somewhat protected from the camera.
That's so...
It is pretty bright. You want me to turn it on?
It's just, I feel like it's... We gotta...
Frying your corneas?
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, turn it down a little bit. You can still keep an olive hue here, though, you know? Oh, yeah. Push it back a little bit, too. Holy crap, blind. Oh, that's way better. Yeah. I don't know if that looks better on camera, but holy crap. I can see, like, when you close your eyes in the grid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So. Well, all right. So now that we've fixed that situation, let's jump right into.
Scene.
Yes, and let's jump right back into the questionations. Questionarians. Let's see. You can start out.
All right. Where did that food come from?
Well, I had some coffee, and otherwise, if we'd go 20 minutes, you might be like, holy fuck, that dragon breath, you know?
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I'm going to be getting you two now.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we had a reference to last week's Behringer question. Rick Hefner says he has a Behringer DR400 that he says, for lack of a better word, is microphonic. So he says if he taps the pedal, it's almost like tapping on a pickup and it feeds back through the pedal, which... That was more of a comment than a question, but I did find it interesting. I've never run into like a pedal that you could...
We've had
weirdness, but that's a new level of...
I feel like we did have a pedal at one time that had a very similar situation, that when you kind of move the pedal around, everything, it felt like it was a microphonic pedal.
Yeah. It wasn't quite, because like, you know, like a microphonic tube, it'll go ting, 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 you know, you'll kind of get that and then it's amplified. But I kind of remember that, and remember that weird full tone Deja vibe that the dude rolled in with? And it was like, if you put it approximate to anything else, it would make this really weird hum. Like it didn't matter, it was just a proximity thing. It was very strange.
Electronics, strange and alluring at the same time.
Well, that one was almost like some magnetic wizardry or something, or
some of these
radio,
things,
or I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I remember back in the day plugging in picking up the radio stations.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think
my Strat. Yeah, this is great.
Tom Petty used to inhabit my amp up in the mountains, but 1 o'clock every day.
All right.
Living in there.
So let's move on to the next one. So next one is Tim White. Would you play a G&L Blue Dress Rampage on stage?
Are you familiar with the blue dress, Jerry?
So I am familiar with the blue dress boobification of...
The prickiness?
Yes. Although I do like the guitar, I probably wouldn't play it. I mean, I don't know. If I was a rock star, like, and had rock star money, like I don't give a shit money,
right?
Totally would do it.
Yeah, but I feel like
I'm a respected businessman in this community,
right?
And I'm trying to put on, even though I swear all the time on our videos, you know, I wouldn't do that. It's just like here, I wouldn't even have it like here or anything like that. I probably wouldn't do that locally. But like I said, if I had I don't give a crap rockstar money,
be funny.
I'd rock the shit out of it.
It'd be funny to have like a black label version where it's just like all the questionable bits are covered.
Covered?
Yeah.
Just the electrical tape?
Yeah. Or if somebody like did a dressed version. But no, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Signature instruments, period, I think are kind of weird. But I mean, I get it to a point, but that one's a little too signature because I mean, as far as I know, he had that done to it like after he owned it. Which is totally different than like...
Than G&L making it as a production.
Right, which I think they've done a few models of it since then, obviously, but yeah,
I don't... in a weird, you know, the world is in a time where everybody's quite sensitive and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. I mean, there's some nudity on there, and I don't know if that people would want the kids to see it and all that. That's why I'm saying, like, if I was him and it was a rock concert and there's no kids there, whatever. You know, play the damn thing, but You know,
yeah, no,
it
if you're
wouldn't be
just
like,
going to like your, yeah, it wouldn't be like my number. Yeah, I know.
we're just having some awareness for other people, and I don't think it would be more for just being respectful for other folks is what I.
Well, I gotta be honest too. Like to me, it feels like it's a little bit. I don't know. I feel like as time has gone on, it's not like it's in bad taste, but some people could definitely see it that way.
Well,
and
yeah.
it's like and like you said, it's totally different if you're a rock star and that's your, I don't know, that's your thing. That was your move.
Yeah.
That's what you put on there. And I get it because he went more with like an old school pinup girl rather than like something that was
like
just,
an '80s rock.
Right. Yeah. It was more like '50s, '60s pinup girl than. And it's like I kind of get the vibe on that, especially when people edge
Well, I
towards
think
the
the
50s
pinup,
thing.
if
But
it was just a pinup girl without the boob
uncovered,
showing,
yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
because
that's
cool.
what I was gonna say. I think that's where the
kind of
line gets drawn.
rockabilly-ish,
Yeah.
you know, and that's a cool era of art. I think you know the whole pinup stuff is a cool.
Yeah, it's a cool visual.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I agree though.
You
it's
know,
like
I just
today,
wouldn't do
yeah.
it.
It's
I
like
wouldn't
if
do
you're
it.
famous enough to get away with it, then sure. But I guess I don't know how early he even did that, but
I don't know either, but I wouldn't. So Tim, I wouldn't do it.
all right,
Personally. All right, so moving on, you got the next one.
Mr. Coombs.
Mr. Ben Coombs, preferred YouTuber of Canada,
Yeah.
the Great White North.
Of the Canucks. All right. Mr. Coombe of the Canucks says audio. Oh, said the audio and video looked great for the last show.
Oh, thank you.
Then he says his question for this week is if we were to play in a tribute band and only one band, what would be the band that we would cover? Well, I don't know if this is individually
If you
or
were
together.
to play in a tribute band
yeah.
that covers only
Only
one
one
band.
band.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so a tribute band that covers, yeah.
Ooh, that is.
Motorhead for me. Okay, I don't know.
No, that's actually a good choice. I
Well,
don't
I
know.
think,
That's a
yeah.
good. That's a. Man, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Only one band, yeah. Honestly, though, just because I feel like there's of a lot of the other bands that I like, there's a bajillion tribute bands out there. Whereas
Right,
like
but I mean,
Motorhead's
which
not
one?
as
I guess maybe the question comes down to which band would you want to have to play their shit, like perfectly all the time.
Well, I love Motorhead, so Motorhead.
Well, I know. I'd say that there'd be a few different ones for me.
Oh yeah. No, the list would be huge. For me,
Yeah.
it would be more like which one would I have more fun with?
Yeah, see, because I mean, Metallica
Yeah,
would be.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Incredible catalog,
Zeppelin,
and it just
if you could,
rocks.
yeah.
Zeppelin would be a great one to do a tribute band. Pink Floyd. I mean, granted that we could play all the stuff and actually make it sound good and not just like some sloppy shit
Yeah.
version
Or
of
even
it.
like old school
But, you know,
Stones or I mean, all that stuff's
yeah,
good.
I mean, there's.
But yeah, no, for me, I don't know. Motorhead would hit enough of the punky rock and roll metally. It would hit into all of it, and I like Motorhead.
I
It's
can
my
see
comfort zone.
I don't know. I'm like Van Halen would be fun.
Oh yeah, that would be.
That would be a lot of fun
That would-
to be
yeah.
in. I think, for me, I was such a big Van Halen fan when I was a kid. But Metallica would be just feels like it would.
That would be pretty awesome.
That
yeah.
because I know it's just. I'm
No, I'm right there with you with Metallica for
I'm
sure.
gonna go
The only
Metallica.
reason-
Metallica final answer.
yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm going with. Metallica final answer.
Well, then we do both, since
Well, then I'll play in your Motorhead band.
and
And you
yeah,
can play in my
your Metallica band.
my Metallica band.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
There we go. We got it. Thanks.
That's the answer, Ben.
Yeah. All right.
Terry Starks asks, what do y'all think of Joe Bonamassa? Since you're into blues, do you watch, listen to, or who is your favorite? So I guess that's a two-part question. So Bonamassa, I actually saw Joe open up for B.B. King, and it was like 1988 or 1989 in Rochester, New York, downtown festival tent. He was 12 years old, and he was a monster player even at 12. And then I've seen him a few times through that. I saw him with Bloodlines there again in Rochester at the Penny Arcade.
Well,
Yeah, I saw him with Bloodlines, and he was playing more rock stuff, so it wasn't just, it was shreddy stuff, and he was like blazing through it. And then I've seen him at Red Rocks twice. They're expensive tickets too, which sucked.
yeah, it was his back for another round this
Actually,
year.
there's a DVD from like a few years ago.
You can see
when
it?
he did it at Red Rocks. Yeah, and I'm the drunk guy.
Yeah, stage right, drunk guy. Yeah.
That's me. But they had all the flying shit that was flying over the top.
The cameras.
And I haven't actually watched the DVD, but I know it exists. I should probably pick it up. I like Joe. He gets a lot of flack for the shit that he says.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably where he does himself in.
That's really where, yeah. And the thing is you're gonna get all the kids that are like, oh, he's playing dad licks and blah blah blah.
Well, no, I think undisputed, he's a great player, but yeah, like some of the stuff he says, especially, I mean, I'll be honest, I love pedals, so like when he says this shit about pedals, but not all of us can run around with, $100,000 rigs, and
right.
So it's like, and I mean, granted, he's definitely earned his way up to that stuff, but it's like at the same time, a lot of us are using pedals to fake things that we can't actually buy, whereas he can just have the real one.
He can have the real deal. Yeah. I mean, these guys got more. I mean, he's a self-proclaimed collector geek. Right. Of all the Fender stuff and all this other.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only dude
everything.
that has, like,
he's got
bajillion Tweed line and even Marshalls. He's got a fair amount of Marshall, like old school JMPs and stuff.
But the guy's put his time in, and he's been playing since he was a kid, and he's really works hard. So I mean, if you kind of learn anything about him, the guy really does work hard. It's one of those situations where it's. I mean, if you go to his show, the dude's pretty spot on. I mean, he's perfect.
Yeah.
And you don't get that way just by not putting the time or putting the work in. So
yeah, I always feel like he is pretty methodical too about.
Yeah, I feel like he's very, and I've heard that he can be pretty demanding, but that's I think a way a lot of artists that want to be that are perfectionists can be. But
when you're that good, if you're holding your band up to your own
having a good
standards. Yeah, it's like he doesn't want to be embarrassed out there, and I mean, I totally get that.
I completely and totally understand myself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Joe does charity work. He's got the Keep the Blues Alive Foundation. He's actually done stuff with the charity that I'm part of through John Catt. So John and Joe were actually friends. Yeah. Because I remember John sending me a picture one day, and it was. John was in the control booth and Joe was tracking. So I thought that was kind of cool.
That is cool.
So I don't really know the guy personally. I don't know. I don't think he's probably not a dickhead. He just says dickhead shit.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, all of us can do that. But yeah, I feel like that's the only thing that's done him in, and it's only because he's at the level that he's at that people take it as serious as they do. Because it's like if he was any other dude, well, it's like if he was any other dude that wasn't doing that stuff,
right?
People would just dismiss it as whatever. But it's like, like you said, I think he has definitely earned that stuff. So it's not like, I mean, he's undisputed. He's a good player.
Yeah, and I think it's jealousy too sometimes. But at the same time, when he says he doesn't use pedals, but he has, he's got a way huge pedal. Yeah. He's got a wah pedal. He's got all this other
two way huges now.
He's got the pork loin. I think was one.
Pork loin like overrated special.
Yeah. So it's like I get, and he's got the black
fuzz face.
Yeah. So it's like, come on, Joe.
Right. But again, back to the thing, like he can actually. If he wants to use an Echoplex, he can. Okay, sorry. But anyway, he can buy an actual Echoplex.
Yeah, and use
if he wants a Tweed Deluxe, he can just roll with an actual period Tweed Deluxe. He doesn't need to take the preamp.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we're running out of juice. So we're going to get to the next couple questions, and hopefully the camera doesn't turn off.
Yeah. So the last one, or not last one, the next question is from RJB. Would it be possible to have I'm not sure exactly. The way they worded this was a little bit confusing, so I went ahead and reworded it. But basically, I believe they were asking if we could do a demo of the descriptive words that we talked about last week, like
tight,
and punchy, saggy.
Yeah, and I think we'll do that.
Saggy's going to be the hardest to probably demonstrate, but because I feel like saggy's more of a sensation as the player. It's the sensation of sag.
Sagginess.
Yeah, and the note is here, and the
sagginess. Yeah.
But yes, we would love to do that one. It's a good idea for a video. So, all right, Walking Dead's question, last one.
All right, Walking Dead's question, a little reference to last week's EVH5150 question. Thanks for the input, guys. I've always playing through an Orange Crush 120, an old school Crate Blue Voodoo 120, and a PVXXL, and it was pretty much the same result with all of them. By the way, that koozie y'all sent me is awesome, and you guys are the most handsome and super coolest guys I know. That's so great, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I might have embellished a little bit of that shit at the end, but
that's pretty accurate. Yeah,
I'd say it's fairly accurate. Yeah, definitely dashing.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like that, he tried it in those 3 amps. He tried the 5150 pedal on all 3 amps, and felt like he got the same. And honestly,
yeah, it's kind of you're gonna get that same thing almost, because we've tried it with Fender amps, and it's like, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we even tried it in the PA one day, and it still did just the same. I mean, it's kind of meant to do that and only that. And I would honestly say these amps too.
And it does it well. I think it's a solid pedal, so we're not shitting on it. We're just saying it.
No, and that was actually
it's going to be where it's going to be. That's what you're going to get when you.
Well, it's funny because I remember like not selling one of those once because the guy was like, it only does EVH. It does that phenomenally, but he's like, it only does that. And so I was like, well, yeah, I get it. If that's what you don't want, then don't go that way. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, yes, I definitely get that because we run into a few different amps or pedals that no matter what you put them into, they kind of do their own.
That's it.
thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think that's it. We appreciate it. The red light is flashing, so we're freaking out a little bit. So thanks, guys. We appreciate you guys watching. Please ask us questions. Put it down into the comment section, and we will get to answering those, and we'll get to a little bit more extra videos.
Yeah, we're getting close. I know we keep saying it, but we are getting very close.
Like a year.
Yeah.
We're getting there. Okay, so we'll catch you guys later. Catch you guys on the flip side.